Hi there everyone, Life DIY Josie here. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Thrifty Thursday when I do a throwback of one low budget idea every Thursday. For this DIY, I'll be using two stainless steel paper towel holders. Put one upside down and the other one is right side up. And then I'm just going to be using 4 zip ties, and these are the smaller size of zip ties. They also sell them at Dollar Tree, and I am just using 4 pieces, 2 on the top, so 1 on each corner, and then 2 at the bottom. So first I have connected 2 zip ties on the top, and then I inverted it and then placed the ones at the bottom. It's just easier that way for me, but if you want to connect them downside rather than upside, it's totally up to you. And then once again, I am just pulling its zip tie tight and then trimming the excess zip ties or materials and then cutting them. Then this DIY is actually done. And I'm gonna be placing my daughter's necklaces. I love that it can fit a lot of necklaces. I lost count and my daughter kept placing more for me to add. This is really very functional and very easy to make. So this will be placed on top of her vanity. Now, you might be wondering, what about those long necklaces like my locket here? So I'm just gonna demonstrate here to you how simple it is to adjust this. So I'm just gonna be placing this locket here in this side where there's no necklace hanging. And so there's like an excess of probably 5 inches. I'm just gonna adjust it very simply, and voila! I have adjusted this to the perfect height, and I still have enough clearance. I actually could still adjust it way up, but I didn't need to. And then I still have spaces for other necklaces or even chain bracelets. You can actually put watches here too, if you want to. But I'll show you another DIY that can work. And here's a photo of it. I love it. This DIY, I'll be using 1 stainless steel paper towel holder that I got at Dollar Tree. And then 4 pieces of the matching stainless steel napkin holders. This is the tag, in case you're wondering. It's by Cooking Concept. And then I'll also be using some zip ties. So I've chosen white small zip ties. So first I'll be connecting 2 this way with my zip ties. I will need to loosely connect them first because the zip ties will just keep them together while I assemble the pieces together. So I'll just be putting 1 zip tie here where you'll see me putting it, and then another zip tie on the opposite end, and then below them on the other side of the napkin holders, I'll be also putting 2 zip ties in the same positions or place where I placed the other 2. So again, this is just loosely connecting my zip ties in order for me to easily connect the paper towel holder with these 2 napkin holders. I'm inserting the paper towel holder in between these 2 napkin holders like so. And then I am placing 1 zip tie at the center of the 2 napkin holders. Again, loosely connecting my zip tie there. I'm doing the same process with the other 2 napkin holders, loosely connecting them with 4 zip ties like I did with the first pair, and then inserting the handle of the paper towel holder and then connecting another zip tie at the center loosely again. I have slided up the top 2 paper towel holders And then I am tightening each of the zip tie. And then once I like the height, I'm just leaving about 1.5 inches spare of that paper towel holder there so that it'll be my handle. Then I'm gonna be connecting more zip ties. Here on this side, I'm crisscrossing my zip ties. As you can see, I'm trying to capture the corner there of one of the napkin holders to the other side, or the opposite napkin holder, like so. Sometimes it's easier to just watch what I'm doing because it's really hard for me to interpret it. So I'm just gonna do it again, repeat it here. So diagonally, I am capturing the corner there. That way, my napkin holders will not slide down. It's gonna be a little tricky, especially if you have big hands like me. But anyway, these zip ties, especially the ones that I put first, kind of help me. They're kind of like my helpers too, and keep the things together or in place. So now I am tightening each of the zip tie again. Notice that at the bottom part, I didn't put a middle zip tie, and I'm not even doing the crisscross zip ties as well, but you can do that just to make it a little bit more secure. But to me, I didn't find it necessary. So here, I just flip it on its side just to tighten the bottom 2 zip ties. I only needed 2 at the bottom. Tightening it some more. And then when I'm satisfied, I'm also checking if making sure that the 2 napkin holders at the top are leveled or aligned and not tilting or unbalanced. And then as you notice here, I'm turning those knots, or where you see those bulky connections, downwards so that they will not be too exposed or protruding. That way it looks a little cleaner. And later on, I'll show you also that I will make this a little bit more cohesive in look and not too exposed. So anyway, here I am putting the other zip tie to crisscross or make a letter X here of a connection. Then tightening it again as I turn the bulky part, or where the connection is, to the bottom part or bottom side, so as they are not exposed. And here, in a little bit of a faster motion, I'm doing the same thing on the opposite side. You see, that's an X or crisscross connection, trapping the corners on opposite sides just to make sure that my napkin holders will not slide down. So here I am making sure they align and tight again before I cut the excess zip ties. Just pulling them tightly and then cutting the excess zip ties. And this is what it looks like. Now I'm using this nail filer so that I can dull the ends of those sharp zip tie cuts that are exposed so that it will not cause any scratches or cuts. And I'm also going to be applying hot glue so that it will be a double protection and also dual purpose so that it will kind of stick and make my connection more secure. And I slide up the other two napkin holders a little higher, maybe 2 inches higher, so that it's elevated. And then I did the same thing of connecting and tightening and cutting the excess zip ties, and then filing the edges as well. And like I said, applying hot glue will make it more secure, and also those sharp edges will be covered and protected by the hot glue. And here's what it looks like now, the tower. Love it. Now, to those of you who do not like to see the zip ties, I found this acrylic paint from Target Dollar Spot for $1. So I'm just going to be using one of my artist paint brushes, and then I'm just going to be shaking the silver paint. It's 2 fluid ounces from Target Dollar Spot or Bullseye Playground for just $1. And I'll be just applying the silver paint on the zip ties to camouflage them and make them blend better. They may look more silvery in finish than if I leave them white. They will stick out. At least this one will allow the zip ties to blend in. Now you may opt to spray paint the zip ties first before you use them, but I figured this one is also a great option, and for just $1 I was able to buy that acrylic silver paint. So I applied a couple of coats of that silver paint, drying in between each coat, and then now I'm cleaning the excess paint using cotton buds. Here it is. You can hang your watches or bracelets. I have this big bangle here, and I place it at the top center, and these are the ones, the watches either with clasps that open up on each end. Of course, you will not be able to put watches that have no clasp or those clasps that do not detach, that do not open up on each end. I am also using this to organize hoop earrings, and there's plenty of space either on top, bottom, and on the side. So if you have a lot of bracelets that have clasp, and for watches that open and close on the ends where you can buckle them up, that's perfect also for those types of watches. Next is a simple and easy assembly organizer. I'm using this wire rectangular basket from Dollar Tree. This is the shallow one. And I'm also using some of the picture hooks that they also sell at Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to be choosing these 2 gold hooks, the smaller ones, not the big ones. It's just going to be a simple, lightweight organizer. And this is where I place them. So what I'm going to be doing is just hang each corner or each end of that basket. And then I'm going to be adding some more necklaces. Actually, this time I'm going to be showing you my chokers, the heavy ones, and my daughter's thin necklaces, one on each side, so that you can see you can use this for bigger necklaces and smaller necklaces as well. Now, there are still other places there where you can hang necklaces on each of those grids, but I've decided to add my tassels and charms because I love collecting them for my journals, and I also hang tassels on my purses or bags. So I have a lot more, so I have spaces there. But if you want to use it for hoop earrings, I just don't wear hoop earrings. We just go for studs. That'll be perfect. So I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone, and I'll see you again next week for another Thrifty Thursday. Bye!